Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from you know where, the Overflow Room. And today, having finished up, what did we just finish? Jordi Savall, yes, a whole pile of that stuff. We're getting to the front of the S's. Getting through the S's is like a major thing because it has to be, 10-15% of the entire collection. S's are so popular. And today we have a clump of three major composers, I think. Yes, I think we have three major composers. Some interesting stuff too. Let's begin with the French composer Henri Sauget. Now, Sauget lived from 1901 to 1989, and he wrote a bunch of symphonies. I think there are 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there are 4 of them, 4 or 5. Anyway, they're quite interesting. They have interesting titles. They are quasi-tonal, fascinatingly scored. And this series was done by the Moscow Symphony Orchestra under Antonio de Almeida, the conductor who I knew very, very well. He was a friend, actually. And not that had anything to do with critical bias, mind you, but I happened to be around while he was making these recordings, and we studied some of the scores together, and it was really, really kind of fun. Anyway, Symphony number 1 is known as Expiatoire. It's a lament for the sufferings of the innocent in the war. It was written in 1944, and in memory of the victims of World War I. So here it is. That's a big piece, 53 minutes long. These are on Marco Polo, and that was really, really cool. The whole cycle is here, by the way. Symphony number 2 is allegorical, and it's a 4 seasons piece. It's 87 minutes. It's on 2 CDs here. And we've got, it's got a chorus and a soprano. Oh my God. And it begins with winter, and then towards spring, and the night of the nightingale, La Nuit du Rossignol, and autumn, and then the return of winter. I mean, what a really interesting and strange piece. It's kind of fascinating. His music is of great clarity in a tonal idiom. Yeah, it is. It's he does some modernist things, but yeah, it's tonal. It's nice. So we have the cycle of the seasons, each movement offering a choral section followed by an instrumental development of the mood. Get it? I mean, doesn't that sound interesting? It is interesting, actually. It's quite fun. And then we've got symphonies 3 and 4 here. We have the 3rd symphony, which was written for Belgian radio. And it's marked by the spirit of Beethoven in its dominating first theme. Okay, whatever they say. And the 4th symphony is Du Troisième Âge, written in old age. It's a retrospective summary of his symphonic work, noted for its classical lyrical simplicity. Yeah, I mean, how many of you folks actually have heard anything by Sauget? A major composer, major voice. I mean, these things have been sitting buried in my overflow room, but they deserve to be heard. That's really interesting. So after Sauget, we have, Satie, a little clumplet of Satie, because most of Satie is little piano pieces, and most of those I have upstairs in the complete Satie editions by these various people. So, I mean, there's not a lot to overflow. So let's start. Piano Pieces, Volume 1. I just have Volume 1 with Yuji Takahashi. Fine Japanese pianist. This is on Denon. He recorded, also for Denon, the first digital recording, the first recording on CD of the John Cage sonatas and interludes for prepared piano, which is how I first got to know him. And his work is really good to listen to. And so we've got a little bunch of Satie sniglets there, which are endless fun. Let me see if I do these in order. Problem with this is I'm going like backwards in alphabetical order. So Sauget, then Satie. All right, yeah, we're doing it. Oh, I'll wind up having everything upside down and backwards by the time I'm done with it. There, it goes this way. There, put them down. There's that. Okay. Then we have this wonderful Antal Dorati disc that contains Parade, This is with the Minneapolis Symphony, the London Symphony, and Milhaud's Le Boeuf sur le Toit, and Georges Auric Overture, and Jean Francais's Concertino for Piano and Orchestra with Claude Francais, the I think son of Jean Francais, right? I think so, or something like that. And then we have Paul Fettler's Contrast for Orchestra, just an American piece that Wilma Cozart thoughtfully threw on here because she had no other place to stuff it. So stuff it she did. There we go. Oh yes, this is a classic disc on Vanguard, Abravanel and the Utah Symphony doing all the Satie stuff. I mean, Abravanel was like the guy for this kind of music. You've got Parade, you've got Mercure, the complete ballet, La Belle Excentrique, the Cinq Grimaces pour le songe de nuit d'été, the 5 grimaces for A Midsummer Night's Dream, Relâche, the complete ballet, Gymnopédies 1 and 3, orchestrated by Debussy, the 3 Morceaux en forme de poire, orchestrated by Roger Desormières. I remember there's more than 3 Morceaux en forme de poire. There's like 7 of them or something. And then Jack in the Box, orchestrated by Milhaud. A classic disc. Fabulous disc. Absolutely wonderful. I don't understand what's happened to the Vanguard catalog. We have to get it all back and out here somehow. Oh, yeah. Here's Yuji Takahashi again on Denon. This is the Classics Exposed series. 2 discs of his Satie, because he did more than 1 disc of Satie. I want to check this because I did the notes for a lot of this series. I don't remember which ones, to be honest. So I think, did I do these or was this somebody else? I hope it's not somebody else. That's why I usually hang on to this stuff. No, translated by Christoph Huss. Well, he's a friend, so that's nice to know. And notes by David Hurwitz. Yay! Yeah, that's why I hung into this. This series no longer exists. It was Classics Exposed. Get the nude exposure there on the cover on Denon. This was fun. It was really fun. It was. I knew the guy at Denon at the time, and he was quite friendly at Denon USA, and he came up with this series. His name was Dan Marks, so if I'm not mistaken, I hope he's okay. And then we've got 2 discs of Satie Œuvre pour Piano with Aldo Ciccolini, who did, of course, the complete piano works, and that's upstairs in a separate box on EMI, now Warner. And finally, this little disc of Satie, orchestral of Satie, on Naxos, there we are, of orchestral Satie, performed by the Orchestre Symphonique et Lyrique de Nancy under Jérôme Kaltenbach. Parade, Gymnopédie, Mercure, Relâche, parts 1 and 2, and Cinema in the middle. So this is like an interesting disc that's worth having a look at. And last but not least, well, that's the end of Satie. We have some really cool film music by Salter. Yeah, Hans Salter. Oh, this is wonderful stuff. House of Frankenstein, the complete film score. It's actually by Salter and Paul Dessau, the contemporary composer of Eisler and Brecht and Weill and those people. So that's nifty. These are all with the Moscow Symphony and William T. Stromberg on Marco Polo. And then we've got monster music of Hans Salter and Frank Skinner, Son of Frankenstein, that's Skinner. The Invisible Man Returns, and The Wolf Man. It's by Frank Skinner and Hans Salter collaborating. Yes, indeedy. And then finally, Universal's classic scores of mystery and horror. We have The Ghost of Frankenstein, Son of Dracula, Black Friday, Man-Made Monster, and Sherlock Holmes and the Voice of Terror. Ooh, baby. Love the cover. It's a great cover. Yeah, fun stuff. These B-rated horror flicks had some of the best scores going. I mean, they're really fun. And Salter was a very good and a little-known film music master. So there you have it, my friends. 3 rather interesting and highly different composers in the S's. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.